Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. Today we are going to be looking at Job chapter 8, and if you haven't read this chapter, you know the drill. Just stop this recording and read the chapter for yourself, understand what's happening, know who it is that he's speaking in this chapter, what exactly he's saying in this chapter, just so that you understand it before you listen to my summary. And in this chapter, we encounter a different guy. His name is Bildad, and he's the one who is now responding to Job after Job has said how, his life is, he loathes his life. Life living is futile. There's nothing to look forward to. Like, rightfully so. Me, I say rightfully so because Job is going through a lot, you guys. That guy is going through a lot. So anyway, let's read what Bildad says. And let's see what it is that we can learn from this chapter. It says, Then Bildad from Shuah answered, How long will you talk like this? Your words are nothing but hot air. Hey, Shuah, is that something to tell someone who is like in deep struggles, like deep grief? God is always fair. God all-powerful does what is right. If your children sinned against God, he punished them, and they paid for their sins. Oh, ouch. I feel like in an idunga mpaka kwa roho, I'm like, you've lost your children. Imagine this. You have lost your children. And you're sitting in that grief. Then someone who is supposed to be your friend comes and tells you that if your children did something wrong, they have already paid for their sins and God has punished them. So basically they did something wrong and that is why God killed them. Like my God, how do you even remain friends with someone like that? Like we get offended by small things. This would be me nimeku excommunicate from my life. Like where is the sensitivity? Where is the kindness? Where is the wisdom and the discernment to know that this is not the time to tell this person this, He says they paid for their sins, but now look to God and pray to the all-powerful. If you are pure and good, he will quickly come to help you. He will give your family back to you. Then you will have a lot more than you had in the beginning. At least he knew that was going to happen, or rather he said something that was actually going to happen in the future. Ask those who are now old. Find out what their ancestors learned. It seems as though we were born yesterday. We are too young to know anything. Our days on earth are very short, like a shadow. Maybe the old people can tell you something. Maybe they will teach you what they have learned. Can papyrus grow tall on a dry land? Can reeds grow without water? No, they will dry up before harvest. They will be too small to cut and use. People who forget God are like that. Those who oppose him have no hope. They have put their trust in something weak, like a spider's web. When they lean against it, it will break. When they reach out for it, it will not hold them up. Some people are like vine that gets plenty of water and sunshine, and its branches spread throughout the gardens. Its roots spread among the rocks, searching for good soil. But if you move it, it will die. No one can tell it was there. Everything might have been going well, but another vine will take its place. God does not support evil people, and God does not abandon the innocent. Basically what Bildad is saying to Job is that if you have been abandoned by God, clearly it feels like he has been abandoned by God, is because you are not innocent. And the reason why God is not supporting you, or rather God is not with you in this specific time, is because God does not support evil people. So he says God does not support evil people and he does not abandon the innocent. So perhaps you might laugh again. Maybe shout of joy will come from your lips. Maybe your enemies will be humiliated and the homes of the wicked will be destroyed. You guys, I remember at the beginning of this book, in the introduction, recording, I said that his friends, all the friends that we are going to see, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, the argument is that God is just. The argument is that God is always running the world according to justice, in the sense that if you do something wrong, God will punish you. If you do something right, God will reward you. And the argument is that Job must have sinned, and that is why he was being punished, and that is why he was going through troubles. And that at some point they will actually make a possible sins that Job could have done, and what they're telling him is, you repent, because clearly you must have done something wrong. And we know that this is not the case, because we are privy to the conversation that happened, to the spiritual realm conversation that happened between God and Satan. So we know that this is not the reason why Job is going through the things that he's going through. So I think the lesson that I'm learning from this chapter, even just from the friends' conversations, is to minimize your opinion. When you go to sit down with someone who is grieving, when you go to sit down with someone who needs encouragement, who needs support, who needs someone to be there with them, minimize your opinion. You don't know this. You don't know. Your perspective is as little as the person who is going through the trouble, or even less than the person who is going through the troubles. Because anaweza kuwa anajua hata ni nini alifanya wewe hujui. As in, your perspective of whatever it is, the situation that someone is going, the things that someone is going through is very limited. You don't have the spiritual realm perspective, and sometimes you don't even have the physical realm perspective. So your perspective is just an accumulation of opinions and your experiences. So minimize your opinion. If you're going to encourage someone, sometimes it's okay to just sit with someone, to just pray with someone, to just hug someone, and to just tell someone, I believe that this is going to be okay. I believe that it's going to be okay. And just even in your quietness, even when you're not with them, you can easily just pray for them and say, God, if so and so might have sinned against you, please forgive them. Comfort them for whatever it is that they are going through. As in, minimize your opinions, because sometimes the opinions hurt the person who is struggling even more. Because tell me, what is this that Bildad is saying, that if your children must have sinned, that's why they got punished and they paid for their sins? What is that? Like, how is that encouraging to someone who has just lost all his children? How is that encouraging? So sometimes when you are comforting someone, when you need to encourage someone, minimize your opinion, because your opinion is just a collective of experiences, of someone else's experiences or stories that you have had. Your perspective is very limited. You don't know what's happening. You don't know why they are going through the things that they are going through. So minimize your opinion and just be with them. Hug them if that's what they need from you. Listen to them if that's all they need. A place where they can vent, a place where someone who will listen to them without telling them your words are like hot air. Because what kind of friendship is that now? Me, I'm venting and you're there telling me how long are you going to be venting because your words are like hot air? What kind of friendship is that? Yeah, gosh. It's unbelievable. But isn't that the kind of sometimes friends that we are? Because we think we know it all. Even when someone is going through something hard, we want to give our opinion. We want to give why we think the person is suffering, or what we think they should do to get out of the suffering or the struggles that they are going through. Sometimes just minimize your opinions. Just listen. Just hug someone. Just be there. Just be there. Thank you so much for listening, and see you tomorrow.